Introspective, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, introspective. Which is?
There is here. They just said that, and I thought that was funny. Anyway.
Okay, can we get to another question?
Yeah,
Thanks.
sure. I want to wrap up with that of not necessarily video games having a crash, but perhaps certain platforms might have a crash. We were talking also about
Rango?
No, some like mobile or portable gaming systems, dedicated
Engage.
gaming systems. No, like the 3DS, which had a rocky start but seems to be okay now. Vita's having problems with the proliferation of tablets and mobile phone gaming. That might be bad for dedicated portable consoles. That might have a bit of a crash. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
Yeah. So many messages, folks. I think that's a. I mean, I think that's pretty easy to answer. Crappy app.
Nice. Nice.
I gotta move that up next time. LED Naruto or LED Naruto. What is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I don't know, and I think it's actually Naruto, but I don't usually try to pronounce
Japanese animation.
I just don't know how to pronounce it.
Do you think the next Microsoft and Sony consoles will support entirely DLC and downloadable games instead of retail ones? I'm sure they will.
I agree. I think they're absolutely...
They kind of already do as far as indie games in the indie game store and stuff
because
like that.
Think about it, guys, too. I was reading this awesome thing about backwards compatibility today and what it really is in terms of cost for the vendor. Backwards compatibility is ridiculously expensive most of the time, unless you're dealing with an exactly the same architecture, just updated hardware. And that is very, very rare. Next.
Onion Knight is on fire with another good question, I think. What do you think about... You probably haven't or don't really care. But what do you think about Dragon Quest X being strictly online? I don't know. I'm a little tepid about it. I mean, I'm interested to see what it's going to be like.
Final Fantasy 11?
I mean, but I've been hearing stuff about how you can play parts of it offline.
What is
I don't know. Now, initially, Dragon Quest IX was supposed to be some sort of big departure for the series and perhaps online and this, that, and the other. And apparently there's such a backlash, they changed a lot of it. And it really wound up being very much... I mean, sure, great strides forward in lots of ways, but very much like the other games in the series.
Gotcha.
If 10 is really strictly online, which I'm not totally sure it is, I'm hoping to see some more on that finally this year. This game's been in development hell forever.
It's tough to develop online games, which is another great topic for another time.
Yeah, I'm not personally generally very big on online gaming in general, so it might be one I'm sure I'll buy it, but I don't know how much time I'll spend on it. So
love it.
I'm a little worried about that. Ooh.
Yes, I would.
All right, we're just gonna answer your question.
So yes, no,
yeah, maybe,
perhaps, but I don't think it'll ever happen this century.
Cherry Prangery.
Yes. All right, so I really like this question. So Vulcan Assassin asked the question: do you guys enjoy point-and-click games, and if so, would you like to see them on a hardware platform like Kinect?
I guess it's mostly point-and-click adventure.
Well, I mean, there are point-and-click games that it could be other, but I mean, adventure games are primarily point-and-click, right? And I think absolutely.
That's a great idea.
So here's a cool thing, right? So
I was hoping to see more of that on the Wii.
Yes. So look. I could see any. I could see so many great concepts coming back for PC games of all kinds. I think could be made better with the use of the newer controls. But that's a cool thing that's happening right now. Look at something like Seventh Guest. Seventh Guest was released for iPhone.
Yeah.
Right. Now that's because it offers a completely different way to experience the same game. It's the same game. It's just cool. You can play it at mobile and you can point and click. Right. Why couldn't you release a new? And they are. Why aren't they going to release a new Seventh Guest game that could take you, that you could point and click or use the Wii mode or use Kinect, use the PlayStation Move to be able to, get around in a game? I think that would be awesome.
I don't know if you would strictly call this a point and click game, although there's a lot of point and clicking involved. Baldur's Gate
Yeah.
and Baldur's Gate 2, both coming out in HD for the iPad.
Which is awesome.
Even though I don't have an iPad, that's exciting news. I almost wish I had an iPad for that because I love me some Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate is great, and I think there are a lot of concepts that it opens up. The capability to use it on a new platform, like trying to use point and click controls.
So
just
not even just the Kinect.
No.
With touchscreens being so proliferated, the Wii U.
Yeah.
You could have great point and click stuff right there too,
Well,
and it would correspond to something on the screen.
Look at Mad Dog McCree. Mad Dog McCree
Mad Dog.
is filmed in like 1990, 1991 maybe.
I think
maybe
I heard they're doing
1989.
Mad Dog McCree for the 3DS.
Anyway, so yeah, I think they are too.
Weird.
But the point is, these are games that are so old. The IP should have run out of this a long time ago, and nobody cares about what happens to them. They go to the bottom of the bit bucket.
American laser games.
Yeah, but because of the popularity of the Wii, they got brought out. They get brought back to the console. They're sold at a discounted price, and the people that make them are laughing all the way to the bank because they didn't have to pay any money to develop the game.
Spongelex.
Well, not much money. There's still money. Anyway, whatever.
Here's one I don't know if we can answer very fully, but I think is interesting to bring up.
Okay.
From Cybernator is on Capcom's future.
Oh boy.
Hey guys, I was wondering, what do you think will become of Capcom in the near future? They seem to really drop the ball a lot with their fans, at least in the West, which is very interesting. I remember back in the good old days, in the NES days, when Capcom really could do no wrong.
Has anybody played Operation Raccoon City?
I haven't.
Because I'm interested to play that to see what Capcom's doing with Resident Evil in this iteration.
I don't know. Now, see, Capcom, I don't know how much they're actually struggling per se. I know that they're, again, at least in the West, their fans are not too happy with their recent game cancellations, this, that, and the other. But
Sure.
I mean, they're still a big company.
Yeah.
They still have a big presence at E3.
And they still have
Resident
some of the most
Evil.
valuable IPs in the industry.
Yeah, Mega Man,
Street
Resident
Fighter.
Evil. Whether or not they're doing a lot of great things with that right now,
Yeah.
maybe. But I think they could bounce back.
I think
they do need to smarten up.
Well, I mean,
As
guys,
Shikua says.
it's hard, right? It's very difficult to make games on the caliber of the ones that we all know and love with any kind of great repetition. Otherwise, they wouldn't be the games that we know and love, right?
Yeah.
So, if every game was awesome.
Yeah. Operation Raccoon City wasn't even made by Capcom.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't know that. So it's published by them, but not created by them. Okay, I stand corrected.
But yeah, I think Branger 8 has a good point.
Yeah.
It's stumbling at the moment, but they're not struggling.
No.
They have room to stumble. Hopefully
They
they'll catch
do.
themselves.
They do, and you know what? I think Capcom is the kind of developer that can reinvent itself. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you look at something like, for example, Resident Evil 4, which was a reinvention of the series, and was one of the best games I played in a long, long time.
That's a great game.
It was a great game. It was a watershed moment
my
for the
favorite
series.
by far.
It was a watershed moment for the series, and not every game can be Resident Evil 4. They can't have that kind of importance.
Yeah, it wasn't
right?
the garage door. That was actually Thunder. It's
Oh, nice. They
Yeah.
actually heard that. All right, look how great our mics are.
I thought they might have. That's pretty low, pretty
Sweet.
loud.
Sweet. It's a hurricane outside.
I was watching.
no big deal.
I was watching another weekly gaming podcast, Boomsies, which is also on Twitch TV or it's on Justin TV. You guys should check that out. It's
Yep.
good guys there. But I was watching them there in Kansas, and I was watching them. They had a live earthquake in Kansas. That was kind of random. They were
Live shows. You never know.
are we having an earthquake?
You never
Luckily,
know.
We don't have that yet. But
You never know what you're gonna get with these live shows. That's just the truth.
right.
So let's see.
Here's an interesting point by
Okay.
Demu.
Yep. Yeah.
One benefit to the new systems is that with more digital downloads, it offers the possibility of lower prices. Like Steam, you can get new games for $35 and as cheap as $5 to $10.
See, and I
That's a point.
love Steam, which is why I now some people say, "Oh yeah, I hate Steam." Blah blah blah.
No, Steam's great.
Steam is awesome. Steam is one of the best things that's happened to the game industry in a long time. And I'm not telling you I buy a ton of games on Steam. I don't. But Steam opened the door and showed that it was possible to sell games online, to not have a physical presence, and to still allow developers to make money.
However,
Publish games online.
However, and I'm going to throw this up as a counterpoint, to that. Like, yeah, it's possible for them to sell it for lower, but not necessarily that they will.
No.
Look at ebooks.
Yes.
And I am very disappointed in how high of a price in general ebooks still are.
Right.
And I mean, and granted, different industries, this, that, and the other, but man, I mean, I am very not. I've bought very few ebooks because I can buy a cheap discount from a discount bookstore like Amazon Marketplace.
Right.
A lot of books. Paperback books for cheaper than digital download, and it's like, what? Why?
That's why used bookstores have
sense.
seen a renaissance in the last like 2 or 3 years.
So
you can find used bookstores everywhere now, and they're awesome, guys. They usually have a lot of good video games too. But anyway, yeah, great question. All right, so what do we got? Wow, that's big.
We got Thunder.
Everybody's hearing that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they didn't hear the other one. They heard that one.
Yes.
All right.
We might need to wrap this up soon before we
lose power and
we're gone.
The
forever.
window crashes in and we all die.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Boom, says the Onion. Yeah.
Jamil Alio asks, which one do you think will come out first, PS4 or Xbox 720? Notice he didn't say Durango or Onion, whatever the other one was.
I think Orbis will come out first.
I think so too. I would, based on how much information, most of it rumor, but some of it plausibly real, on Orbis recently has come out, I would be surprised to not hear something about it from Sony this year at E3.
Yeah, I mean, I might even say it could be a full launch.
I would
not a launch, but this is coming in well after E3 next year. We want to make you all aware.
Next year.
Here it's coming out next year, and we're developing it. Get hyped. If you don't have a PlayStation, you're going to get one now.
Unless something terribly wrong has happened, Wii U is coming out this year.
Yes, and Microsoft has confirmed they are not talking about Durango
at E3.
At E3 at all.
Granted, they might be lying.
They could be lying,
but I don't see.
But that rarely happens with that kind of a thing.
Yeah, people all hype themselves up like, "Oh, they're just lying. It's going to be great," and then they're like, "Oh, it's Halo 10."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever.
So I think it'll probably be PS.
E3 is different than it used to be.
PS whatever next. So.
I just remember seeing Jay Allard sitting in the middle of the spinning stage when they launched Xbox 360 and just thinking, "This is the most amazing thing ever." Anyway,
the good old days.
The good old days of Jay Allard at Microsoft. Actually, I think he's back with Microsoft now, but he's not with the video game division.
Right.
I think it's with Zune.
We got
close that division.
Time for a few more questions.
Okay, cool.
We've been getting pretty consistent questions going every few
minutes.
Good
questions. Good questions, though. This is good.
Akira VGA, our good friend at videogameauctions.com.
Check it out.
Asks, do you think Microsoft has grabbed up the big names on the 360 enough to make the PS4 impossible to win title-wise?
Oh, you know what else I was going to say? And this ties into this. I think the reason that the Orbis will launch first is because they saw that the lead the Microsoft got on them the first time, I shouldn't say the first time, but with the 360, time. Right? Yeah. And I think they said, we lost a lot of ground there, and nothing's wrong with our system. We just need to launch it earlier, and people will love it. I think they're dead wrong, but I think they think if we get a jump on Microsoft, we'll make a lot more money in the next generation.
Right. So, having said that,
do you think Microsoft has grabbed up the big names of 360 enough to make the PS4 impossible to win the title otherwise? Yeah, I mean, man,
I think Sony's starting with a disadvantage.
Sony is
this next generation just because they're in last place now.
Look, every time, without fail, that we talk, or really anybody talks about the systems, people think that we're fanboys of one and that we hate the others and all this kind of stuff. It's not true, right? I would not. Well, you are kind of a Nintendo fanboy, but other than that, because I've seen you defend them in ridiculous situations.
That was years ago.
No, that was like last week.
Oh well. Okay.
Anyway,
or that.
The point is, we're not fanboys, right? We're not just trying, but it is a fact. Sony has seen a tremendous decline in the profitability and the future brand of PlayStation moving forward, because of the problems that they've had.
Right? Ken Cohen has a very good point that ties into that.
Yep.
He says it needs to be called Orbis because PlayStation brand is too much of a bad reputation now.
And I think that's true.
Do you think they'll actually not use PlayStation 4?
I think it's very, very possible they will not call it PlayStation. That way they have...
Maybe PlayStation Orbis?
Well, PlayStation also has a PlayStation has a moniker associated to it that it is a game console. Mm-hmm. Why?
That's a good point.
If they're trying to build an entertainment machine,
they're trying to be this 3D